Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is Patreon Day. Let's go, baby. Today we got a pretty juicy thread for you. Today's thread is, what is the best way you've seen a guy hit on a girl or vice versa? So let's get into it. I don't know if this is the best way per se, but I definitely had something random and very cool happen to me at a bar. All right. Simply put, I was standing next to this really cute girl. I don't know if he saw her checking me out or something, but this guy comes up to us, makes eye contact with her, points at me and goes, "Man, that's a really cool blazer, don't you think?" She gives me a once over and agrees. He gets his drink from the bar and leaves without saying a word. Instant attraction, dancing, and hooking up happened. Thank you, random awesome wingman, wherever you are. I never got the chance to say thank you. Yo, W mans. This dude was just like, damn, this girl's kind of cute right here. Da, da, da. And so then out of nowhere, he's just like, "Hey, man, nice shirt." And she turns around and she's just like, "Oh, your shirt is nice." And then he's like, "Thank you." You know, oh, damn, okay. All right, W wingman. That dude just came out of nowhere. I once heard an old man say to a woman, "Back in my day, we'd have painted you on the side of an airplane." What? Huh? Huh? Okay. Back in his day, I guess. Some buddies and I were at a bar just hanging out after work. There was a really pretty girl sitting at the bar with this guy next to her who was talking her ear off. I don't remember much about him, but he was wearing a baseball cap backwards. So one of us, we'll call him John, had just had a kind of depressing breakup and wanted to approach this girl. So we all get to talking about the best strategy. Someone, we'll call him Mark, suggests John slip her a note. What should it say? John asks. Someone, we'll call him Joe, says, "This guy looks like a douche. I might be one too, but you'll never know unless you call me." Oh, come on, man. Come on. We all laugh, and John gets a napkin and starts writing. His handwriting looks like a little kid, so we agree that the person with the best handwriting should write the note. I take the napkin and write it out, but John starts getting cold feet. He doesn't want to sit around awkwardly waiting to see if she calls or even reads the note. So we agreed we'd all head for the door and we'll hang back a little and pass her the note before joining us on the walk on the subway. So we execute the plan. It goes perfectly. We see her check the note while backwards baseball cap is still chattering away, and she laughs and slips it in her pocket without saying a thing to the guy. She calls John before we're a block away. They date for a few weeks. Turns out she'd recently had a rough breakup too, and it ends when they both kind of start feeling like it's getting too serious too soon. I think they're still friends. Dude, that's rare. That is rare as fuck for something like that to actually work. That's why, I did the fail noise, because I'm like, dude, like if it wasn't for her coming off of a breakup, I highly doubt that would have worked. And I think a lot of girls would just kind of be like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. This is a little weird. Or why didn't you just come up to me and talk to me? That's a thing too. I don't know. I can see why they didn't last, I was at an upscale bar for a happy hour and with a friend catching up. It is a piano bar, and everyone drinks martinis. Not real martinis, but apple and chocolate bullshit, and wine trying way too hard to be sophisticated. The piano is sitting empty before the hired player gets to work. This average-looking guy wanders up to the vacant piano and starts singing and playing some Norah Jones-esque music, and he is fucking amazing. Seriously good. He sees some women singing along and he calls up for a duet. She reluctantly agrees. He continues playing as she is totally into it. Some Jedi mind control shit happens. Song ends and he's gets a standing ovation and walks off with the woman on his arm. They spent the next 2 hours at the corner of the bar drinking and talking and laughing and eventually left together. He was an average 6 at best, but she was a borderline 9. Under any other circumstance, he would have likely struck out, but he nailed it. Hey, man. And that's why you gotta have a skill, my guy. I'm telling you, you gotta have a skill, bro, because having a skill a lot of times will get you through the door at least. You know what I mean? It'll get you into the door. At least it'll get you into the door. So, hey, man, W to our mans over there. You know what I mean? Hey, musicians get to have that poon, man. That's the way it goes. I don't know if it counts, but here's one. I went to college thousands of miles from home. First day in the dorm, I spent looking at the wall, feeling sorry for myself. Second day, I went to a mall on the bus. I hate malls, so I ended up in an arcade playing skee ball. Yes, I'm that old. For those that don't know, it's a game where you win tickets, which you can then trade in for useless crap. The crap I got was stuffed sheep about the size of a small loaf of bread. Then I got home and cried myself to sleep out of loneliness. All right. Next day I woke up, classes hadn't started, and decided to meet people. On a whim, I take the stuffed sheep and tie a string to it. I went down to the common area and sat down near a wall and then threw the sheep out so it was just around the corner. First girl walks up and looks at the sheep and looks at me. I pull the string. She gets a funny look on her face and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm fishing for friends." She just laughed and walked off. Second girl comes by, picks up the sheep, and I pulled it out of her hands. She laughs and asks what I'm doing. I say I'm fishing for friends. She says you should just try to talk to them. I said, "What do you think we're doing?" We went to lunch, dated for a while. It was awesome. Funniest thing though, I married the first girl. Oh shit. I mean, that is a very creative way to like meet people. And then I'm sure, since they like got married, that was a like, "Oh, how did you guys meet?" "Oh yeah, he fucking threw a sheep at me." And they're like, "What? Threw a sheep at you?" Well, okay. So, hey, W, man's W. A guy at my university also volunteered at a dog shelter beginning of each school year. He'd take a young dog or puppy, bring it with him to campus. He didn't have to hit on anyone. Girls literally flocked to him before he even walked through the doors. Facts. Hey, man, that dog game is real, bro. That dog game be real. And sometimes that's all you need. And then, if you're a good-looking dude or even like a decently good-looking dude with a dog, man, yeah, you definitely getting her. Once one of my friends walked up to a girl and casually asked, "Would you like to fill out a survey?" The girl accepted and he handed her his phone with the new contact screen open. Bruh, what the fuck? Bruh. How? There's no way that worked. There's no fucking way that worked. Like, come on, man. There's no way that worked. Dude, no. Oh my. All right, man. All right. My parents met when my mom was working at McDonald's in the drive-thru window. My dad pulled up and said, "Hey, isn't what I ordered? I ordered a Big Mac, a fry, and a date with you." Somehow that worked, and here am I. Hey, I mean, when you got it, man, you got it. That's just how it be sometimes. Like, when you got it, man, you got it. W mans. Watched a guy fall down skiing on the steepest part of the run, and he could not stop. Skis, poles, hats, and gloves go flying. As he is rolling and sliding, I notice he's about to do a bowling ball slam into a girl standing at the bottom. He spreads out his arms and legs and manages to stop, but lying face up, feet uphill, and she is just looking down at him like, "What the fuck?" He says, "I've been trying to meet you all day." He had that clumsy riz, I guess. I mean, when it lines up that perfect, you might as well shoot your shot. it lined up way too perfect for you kind of not to shoot your shot, if I'm being honest with you. Like, come on, man. I know if that happened to me, I'd be like, yeah, I've been trying to meet you all day. It makes sense. It makes sense. I hope homegirl actually hung out with him and something came out from that. One of my closest friends and I were playing pool in our dorm commons, and when this knockout brunette sat down with a few of her friends, me and my friend both noticed she was glancing at him, but we continued to play pool. A half hour or so goes by, and I ask him what he was doing the following day at 6 when I finished class. He turns and smiles at her before telling me whatever she is doing at 6. Her jaw dropped and she started giggling, and they dated for nearly a year after that. It was the smoothest thing I had ever seen to date. I mean, I think it was a thing where he was kind of noticing, like, I think this worked because he noticed, like, oh yeah, homegirl's looking at you, boy. You know, he's probably just playing pool, and you know he can kind of see her in the peripherals, and he's like, okay, cool, you know. And then and I think he was just waiting for the right moment to like say some smooth shit, be like, yeah, that girl over there, whatever she's doing at 6. You know, because she was already looking, she was already, interested, so I could see like pulling that kind of move, it would work. But you would have to know that she's like low key into you. Like if she doesn't even know you're there and she's just looking off, or she's paying attention to whoever she's with or whatever, I don't think that would have worked at all. But I think that worked because he kind of knew, like, all right, she been eyeing your boy for a hot minute now. Met a gorgeous girl early at the beginning of our New Year's Eve party. I found a few minutes before midnight, I saw her again, and she gave me a frustrated frown. Is something wrong? I asked. Last New Year's, I didn't have anyone to kiss at midnight, and I guess, and I was really hoping this year it'd be different. Guess not. I had been drinking, but not so much as to miss an opening like that. Took her in my arms and kissed her up to and through the countdown. At the time, it seemed very spontaneous, but after I learned she had been practicing that line for over an hour. Anyway, this August will be our last 20th anniversary. Yo, bruh, that's crazy. So she's been practicing that shit the whole time. She was just like, okay, look sad. Tell him that I have nobody, you know what I mean, to kiss. Like, okay, we can do this. I can do this, like she was hyping herself up. Hey, man, W to her, because a lot of girls, man, they don't really do that. It sucks, but it is what it is. They don't do that type. They don't, like, put a little effort into kind of, like, getting the guy, They just expect the guy to come up to them the whole time. Like, I think, I like that. I like that she did that. For a few years in my mid-20s, I was the wing chick for my male friends. I would swoop in to help them out when they were striking out on their own. As a female, picking up another female for a male friend, my most successful pickup line started with, oh my God, I absolutely love your insert whatever they have on that stands out, i.e. shoes, necklace, bracelet, whatever. I would chat them up for about 5 minutes and give the signal. A scratch behind the ear or a thumb in the pocket. My male friend would swoop in. I introduce them, tell a story about how this friend is awesome, then excuse myself to the bathroom and go home. Usually would wake up to a thank you text. Oh, hey, I mean, if done right, yes, because for one, you're making the girl already comfortable. And then 2, you're gassing homeboy up, so that gives him social proof where she's like, oh, immediately she knows, okay, he's not weird because she thinks he's awesome and cool and whatever. But I guarantee you that's probably failed more times than it's actually been successful, just because I would feel like the girl would be like, oh, there's probably something going on between them, and I don't know about that. But I don't know. It depends on, like, the guy, too. Like, if he's laying it on and he's making it seem like he's really interested in her and not, his friend, then I could see it working. But I just feel like, that would kind of fail more than it would succeed. But I don't know. You never know. Done right, I feel like it could work. My now husband had a bad reputation in college. The mutual friends through which we met called him woman poison because he was known for moving from lady to lady. Although I was interested in him, I pursued serious relationships and turned him down for months. It wasn't that hard since we lived 2 hours away and had a career to focus on. One weekend, I heard a knock on my door, and on my doorstep was a book he and I had discussed the last time we saw each other. He had driven 2 hours and was about to drive 2 hours back just to leave me a physical copy of something we had talked about. It totally won me over, signifying that he was willing to put time into the relationship. We dated 6 years and now have been married for 4 and have a son. Hey, man. W. It's one of those things where it's like when... how should I say? When you could really see the effort in somebody, even it's like the littlest fucking thing, it's one of those things where it's like you could really feel confident about it. And I think homeboy was just like, this is the one, this is the one right here. Like I'm gonna do this one right. Hey, at least she chose the right guy, man. AW to her. When I was 19, I worked at a CD store. Remember those? Facts. I mean, there's still some, but they're very, very few far in between. Like, I know FYE still sells CDs. There are some, like, record shops here and there, but I mean... they're mainly like near music venues or they're in big downtown areas, but there are not a lot of CD shops. That is facts, man. In the local mall with one of the finest women I've ever seen, she looked at a mix between Beyonce and Miss Cindy. Okay. From a Game of Thrones. All right. Every day a new fool would come in and try their luck with her, and they'd all fail one after another until one dude. This guy was Swaggy P before there was a Swaggy P. Pimp as fuck, gold chains, Versace sunglasses, diamond earrings, the whole deal. He simply strolled up to her and what can only be described as the hardest, swaggiest of strolls and simply asked, "What's up with you?" Smitten, she responded, "I don't know, what's up with you?" "Let me hold that number," he responded. She said. Dude strolled out of the store not saying a single other word to her. That was the exact moment when I realized I understood nothing. What? Huh? I mean, I guess some guys just got it like that. Or maybe it was just... he was just finessing real hard like he got money or something. Because, I mean, you gotta be extremely, extremely a certain type of dude to be able to pull off some shit like that. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying that at all. I truly think almost any guy could actually do some shit like that. You could wear some chains and jewelry and clothes and all, like, you could do that. But it's like, I highly doubt their relationship like lasted or anything like that, just for the simple fact that it's like, this, it's got to be a persona, unless he got it like that. I mean, unless you got it like that. But all right. I got set up on a blind date in this bar/music venue, and it's been a very stressful week. I had just tried a jury trial, or I just had a jury trial, something like that. I don't know what. I had just tried a jury trial. I don't know what that means. Okay. So I am ready to relax. I'm drinking a beer and trying to talk to my friends who was supposed to introduce me to this girl when this chick leans over and shushes me. Turns out the bar was supposed to be quiet, pay attention kind of music venue. My friend leans over after this and goes, "That's the girl. The one who just shushed me. Whatever. She is really pretty." So I shushed. A little while later, the music ended and we all headed to a pool hall thing nearby. I was talking to the girl and wanted to compliment her good looks / her bone structure, which that's kind of an L, bro. All right. Which is really nice. Somehow my compliment got stuck halfway between one thing and the other, and it came out as, "You have a nice skull." Bruh. Come on, man.
Bruh.
Totally worked. We started dating and I married her for married her 2 weeks ago. She still makes fun of me for complimenting her skull. Again, man, I mean, the girl has to really fucking like you to continue. Like, you just can't do that. You know, you can't. Like, think about it like this. When you're talking to a girl, the worst thing you can do is compliment her looks. That is the worst thing you can do. Reason being is because to her, she's like, okay, I already know. You just look like you the type of nigga that you just trying to hit, and that's about it. That, you know, that's what it tells her, like right off rip. But if you are talking to her and you compliment like her personality, or, oh man, I love the fact that you like that. Oh, you know, I like that, you know, you're very knowledgeable about this. Or, you know, when you compliment those kind of things, it goes way further with a girl than just being like, oh man, you know, you're really pretty. You have a great body. You must take care of yourself or whatever. She's going to be like, really, dude? You know, but the girl's gonna have to like you like fucking crazy in order for you to have those compliments, and her kind of be like, all right, I'll accept it because he's cute, or I'll accept it because I like him already, you know. Yeah, all right. I don't remember getting hit on very smoothly many times. One time I can remember, this college guy walked up to me trying to get me to help a fundraiser or something. And after the conversation, he said, hey, one more thing. Has anyone told you what's wrong with you today? No, because it's not a damn thing. It really made me smile. Hey, yo, that was kind of smooth. I mean, I don't think it would get you very far, but I do think it'll get you brownie points. I give it that. Like, I feel like it would give you some brownie points, but I really don't think it would get you that far. You know? But hey, if you guys want to steal that one, go ahead, man. Go for it. Can I offer you free yo-yo lessons later married with kids?
Bruh. What?
Huh? Okay, sure. I guess, you know, this guy must be really old, you know, because, yeah, bro, that don't work no more. I went to the movies on a day off alone, and I saw a drop dead gorgeous, way out of my league guy going in. I was a little high and single and had snuck in Taco Bell, bro.
Bruh.
What the fuck? Okay. She's just like, my life was at an all-time low. Like, I was going to the movies by myself. I was high. I had to sneak in Taco Bell because I was broke as fuck. Like, goddamn, girl. So I figured I tried to share it with him and strike up a conversation. So I went down and sat a little bit too close for comfort. I said something about my taco and took a drink of his soda without asking. God, I have the hiccups. Damn it. It went great. He swears to this day he went out with me because of my eyes and my inappropriateness. I'm still an oversharer, and he's still out of my league. We've been married 17 years, and I have a huge crush on him. All right. I mean, you know, that's why I always tell ladies, even if a guy is way out of your fucking league, he's still gonna like enjoy the interaction. The interaction is still gonna go good. Think about it like this, ladies. If I'm being honest with you, if you see an attractive guy, the likelihood of you going up to him, starting a conversation, and then, you know, asking for his number, 9 times out of 10, that guy is going to be like, hey, yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Let's hang out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You might even get to a point where, I mean, you guys might smash that night. I mean, that's up to you. But it's not that way for a dude. For a dude, it's a lot harder because it's definitely a coin toss. Especially if you're a decently attractive guy, it's a coin toss. Because you're going to just be like, all right, cool. You know, I could talk to her and whatnot. But is she going to want to continue to talk to me? Is she going to, you know, allow me to get her number and all that kind of stuff? You know, but with girls, it's like, bro, you guys could be at total rock bottom talking about, you know, I went to the movies alone. I was high. I was broke. I brought Taco Bell. Like, bruh, you know, for girls, it's like, bro, you guys could just go up to the guy. If you see an attractive guy, just go up to him. Just go up. I guarantee you, just go up to him and talk to him. And he'll be so down to talk to you. You know, and a lot of girls, I don't get it. I'm like, if you want a man and you see an attractive guy, just go for it. And odds are, I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, homeboy is gonna definitely, at least have a conversation with you. You know, at least. All right. I once ran into a girl from my high school graduating class 13 years after we graduated. When I said hi to her, I told her I didn't recognize you at first because I thought to myself I couldn't have gone to high school with that girl. She's too young. It made her day. All right. Fucking hiccups, dude. Jesus Christ. All right, man. Let's see. Had a few Brazilian friends when I was in high school. I was hanging out at the mall with one of them on a Sunday, just sitting at one of the tables at the edge of the food court. A few girls walked by together, and he just stared at them. Okay. With a smirk. One of them looked his way, but they kept walking. He said in his broken English, "Just watch, she knows." No what? I had no idea. He kept watching the girls. Half a minute later, that girl looked over her shoulder and smiled at him. See, she knows. What? Okay. He keeps watching. A few more moments, the girl laughs with her friends, leaves them, and starts walking toward my friend. He gets up, meets her, and they say a few things and start strolling the mall together. Me, being a nerdy kid, was in awe of my Brazilian brother. I mean, I've never seen some shit like that actually work, where it's just like you're just staring at the girl and like, oh yeah, see, she knows. No, knows what? Don't worry, she knows. And then she just is laughing with her friends or whatever. Like, I would think you would be considered creepy at that point. At that point, you're just staring at homegirl, like, you know, I would think the girl would think you're fucking creepy. She would just be like, ugh, like, bro, you're a little weird, you know. I don't know, man. I guess some guys just got it, you know what I mean? It works for them, you know, I guess. All right, we're gonna do 2 more. My buddy saw a girl standing alone at the bar and happened to notice she was wearing a Star of David necklace. He walks up to her and says, "Hi, how are you? With someone or are you just waiting for your Messiah?" She threw a drink in his face. Oh, no lie. Once they said the Star of David thing, I so thought he was going to play into it, and he so did. I thought he was going to be like, "Oh, shalom." Yeah. She fucking threw a drink in that nigga's face. Oh my god. All right, last one. I actually used Street Pass on the Nintendo 3DS to hit on a girl in school. I had always noticed her from my programming class, and she always played her 3DS before and between classes. So I used the private message function to make her aware of my existence. It went something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm X. I'm in programming." Next time we street passed, and she had responded with something like, "Oh, I know, hee hee." Next time in class, she invited me to her village in Animal Crossing. We've been dating for 2.5 years. Yo, hey man, W. That is a super W. And I want to say she probably liked you the whole time. You know, not liked you the whole time, but she knew of you the whole time. You know, because I guarantee you she was just like, "Oh, he plays 3DS too? Like, that's super fucking cool." You know, like girls are very socially aware, you know, like they can look at a room and kind of understand, all right, you know, who likes what and who's really into what, you know, like girls kind of just have this innate, you know, thing to just kind of know, like, all right, you know, that guy, okay. So I think she kind of knew of your existence, and that's kind of what intrigued her to a little bit, you know. Yeah, I think it's cute though. That is like the cutest way of ever meeting a girl and shit like that. So, hey man, W to you and all the people out there that your wildest, weirdest, you know, what is it? pickup lines worked, because I know a lot of this shit would not work for me. But hey, if I'm being honest with you, creativity a lot of times will win in the day. So I give it that. You know, the creativity is, I think, what wins the person over the most. So, all right, but that's going to be that thread. Ooh, these fucking hiccups are killing you, boy. But before we get into the scenarios, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys have been killing it with the support. I appreciate it so much, man. You guys are on Patreon. If you're watching this episode, you're on Patreon, and I appreciate that so much, man. You guys have been killing it on the Patreon. Thank you guys for all the support on TikTok. TikTok has been blowing up. I appreciate all the support there and everything that you guys have been doing to help support this show. Like I said, if you guys want to help more on the free 99 side, you know, on Spotify, rate the I rate the podcast there, as well as subscribing to the YouTube channel. Even if you don't watch over there, subscribing to the YouTube channel helps out a lot, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Without further ado, though, oh my goodness, let's get into our scenarios. Oh, it's gonna be a rough show for you, boy. Goodness gracious. Hold on. Alrighty. Whew. Anyway. All right. Should my friend know that I hooked up with her husband while they were separated? Okay. This one's a pretty short one. Not sure if this is cheating per se. We hooked up while they were going through a separation. Once she told me they were going to remain married, we stopped. He agreed, and we stopped. He told me not to say anything to her and consider it in the past. I was talking to her and she wasn't seeing anyone during their separation. She said if he was, then she wouldn't want to know. Oh, shit. I mean, technically it's not cheating just because they are separated, but they're still married. Yeah, like, I think that is kind of the, like, I get being separated, you know, 100%. Like, I get that. But at the same time, you're still married. You know, like, if you guys were fucking and you were divorced, okay, I'd have been like, hey, yo, you're good. You're all good to go. Everything is copacetic. But you're separated and you're still married. So, kind of cheating, kind of not. You know what I mean? Like you belong to the streets, but you don't really belong to the streets. You know, I don't know. And then my thing is, if you're going to go step out and go fuck other dudes, why get back with your husband? Why not just move on at that point? You know, that's another thing. It's like you already did it. You know, you already fucked another guy. So why not just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, if I'm being honest with you. It's like you already moved on pretty much, you know, because you was fucking another guy. So why not just be like, I'm going to get a divorce and then maybe be with this guy or be with a different guy. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about that one. Is it cheating? Is it not? You know, is it the fact that they're just separated, not divorced? Is that, you know, play into it? I don't know. You let me know. Ex-girlfriend now regrets dumping me, and after years, hold on. Ex-girlfriend now regrets dumping me after years, so I laughed and told her to fuck off. Oh, shit.
Bruh.
Damn. So I have an ex-girlfriend who after years is now begging me to take her back. We started dating in college, and back then I was pretty awkward, but I did love her very much. I always went above and beyond for her as much as I could. Even as a broke college student, I would give her my last just to make her happy. I thought we would last forever, honestly. Well, long story short, she cheated on me and slept with an old friend of mine. The breakup messed me up pretty bad, so I put a pause on dating and I found peace investing my time into other things my tech career, hobbies, and other stuff like that. Now, years later, she's begging me to get back together after she cheated on me. She ran into me one day. She said that she wanted to catch up and told me how she regretted it all and regrets how everything ended. I laughed at this and told her to fuck off. I said that I was not interested in catching up and that I had to go. Well, now she's blowing up my Instagram and Facebook, sending me paragraphs about how I laughed at her love for me. She says she misses us. My buddies keep telling me I should just take her back and start a family like how I've wanted while I'm still in my early 30s since I'm getting older. But the way I see it at this point in my life, I'd rather be alone than be in bad company. Don't get me wrong, I love to finally start a family of my own, but I don't want to do that with the wrong woman. They think I'm an asshole for not giving her forgiving her because the clock for me to have a family is ticking. Am I wrong? No, you are not wrong. And no, the clock for you having a family is not ticking. Nigga, you realize the clock is ticking for her. It ain't ticking for you, brother. You can bust nuts until you're fucking 50, 60, even 70. You can have kids well into your later years. She can't. And, you know, she out here.
She belongs to the streets.
And now she's done hoeing around. And she thinks that she could just crawl back. Nah, man, I'm glad you said fuck off to her. Because you could easily do better. You're successful now. You got your shit together. You're doing your thing. You have made yourself into an individual that is worthy of having a family and having a woman by your side, all that kind of shit. You can go find you a younger girl than her who is going to actually want to be with you, love and respect you, want a family with you, and she's not going to sit there and cheat on you and do all the bullshit this bitch did. Like, no, bro. She wanted to hoe out when she was young, and then she thought, oh, I could just come back to this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be desperate or something. Fuck out of here, man. No, your clock is not ticking. You are not. No. Don't ever, and I mean ever, think that your clock is ticking and all. Nah, bro. You can bust nuts to your 50, 60, 70, but she can't have babies into her 40s, 50s, 60s. She can't. And that's why her dumb ass is coming back to you talking about, oh, well, you know, I miss you and all that. Nah, man. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, all right? Stick to your shit, all right, man? Stick to your shit. You're a good guy. And she out here fucking it up for you, man. You ain't in the wrong. I am still in love with my business partner. Yo, all right. 15 years ago, me, male, and female friend of mine agreed to make a business together. We started a comic book company. She is a very talented artist. I'm a pretty decent writer. We made it work. She drew what I thought were my stories, but they became our stories. She became my closest friend my closest friend I had ever, and over the next few months along the way, I fell in love with her. I became obsessed with her. She's so brilliant and kind, and her smile lights up my life. She's a natural beauty despite rarely wearing any makeup. She hammers down walls in my mind all the time. Even to this day, she makes me a better, more determined person. I wanted to have us become this iconic force of creativity and love, a symbol, if you will. But she didn't feel the same way about me, so I had to bury those feelings deep down. Damn. I couldn't risk my feelings for her destroying our beautiful friendship. I couldn't risk it destroying our dream, our business. I had to kill those feelings, except I never could. Now I'm happily married to a beautiful woman we hired 9 years ago. She's a wonderful writer and my business partner, and her are best friends. We have 2 beautiful little daughters together. Our comics are doing well, and the stories we write are very successful and loved. My business partner's art is considered top tier in the industry. There's a small problem. Well, it's actually huge. I still love my business partner. Yo! I think about her every morning. Seeing her smile when I enter the office makes my day. She doesn't know, my wife doesn't know, but the longer this goes on, I have noticed I am starting to feel indifferent towards my wife. Oh no! I'm starting to feel indifferent toward my children. I still love them, but I can't bury my feelings for my business partner. Without her, none of this would have happened. She believed in me. She helped me make my dream a reality. She made me a better person. The person I became because of her is the person my wife loves. My wife would have never, or would have, hold on. My wife would have loved the person I was before. Oh, okay. My wife wouldn't have loved the person I was before. Without her, I would have never accomplished anything. I owe her everything. My children only exist because she believed in my dream. Why can't I just let sleeping dragons lie? Because you never got it off your chest, G. Why? I mean, look, dude, if I'm being honest with you, I get it. I get it. There is things like that. Like when you are hanging out with a girl for a long time, and a lot of times, you know, all the other superficial bullshit, it just kind of goes out the window. You're just like, you know what? Like her looks don't really matter all that much to me. Yeah, her wearing makeup doesn't really look or doesn't really matter all that much to me anymore. There's just so much shit that just kind of goes out the window because you know who she is. You spend all this time with her. You guys are so comfortable with each other. It kind of feels like you're already dating in a way, weirdly. And so you're just kind of like, dude, man, I'm so down for this chick. You should have told her. You should have told her how you felt. Even if it was a thing where it's like, oh, you know, I don't see you that way. Oh, I don't like you that way. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Still tell her, because then you will not live in regret. You're not going to be sitting there talking about, oh my God, you know, I resent my wife. I resent my kids. Like, bro, that is kind of wild to me. It's like, dude, if you would have just gotten it off your chest, you wouldn't be having these thoughts. No, you can't let sleeping dragons lie, or you can't let bygones be bygones, or whatever it is, because regret exists. And you're going to have that regret for the rest of your fucking life. Because if I'm being honest with you, man, you screwed, bro. You can't tell her now. So you're going to have to live in this resentment, regret for the rest of your fucking life. And that's just the way it goes. Unless you want to stir the pot and tell homegirl and get it off your chest and be like, look, man, you know, even though I have a wife and kids and all that kind of stuff, I still love you. I love you in a romantic way. I wish that I could be with you. I wish that you and I could be something. And you know, obviously we can't because I have a wife and kids and you guys are friends and all that kind of stuff, but I love you. And that's going to stir shit up, bro. It's going to suck. It's going to be not good. Ladies, you let me know what, you let me know. What should he do at this point? You know, like put yourself in a position of like, if you were the girl that he's in love with, you know what I mean? And he told you, like, this guy is married, you're friends with his wife, you know he has a daughter, and he says, I love you in a romantic way. You know, would that stir some shit up? Would that kind of create like some craziness? You know what I mean? Or do you advocate for him to just live in this regret and resentment for the rest of his life? Because I feel like he's going to have to. He's going to have to tough it up, Buttercup, because you put yourself in a tough spot. Oh, man. Good luck, brother. Good luck. All right. Am I overreacting, or is he just being thoughtful? All right. Okay, this is an odd one. Basically, I started talking to this guy about 3 weeks ago. We've hung out now 3 times. For context, we're both in the same grad school, so see each other around, but went on only one official date and have another one planned. I was with him today, and while with him, he asked me what song I was playing on my laptop. I told him I loved the song and highly recommend the artist. At this point, he whipped out his phone to write it down, and write down the name, and the conversation somehow drifted to a book I also recommended to him. He said something vaguely about a list and gestured to his phone, and me not hearing him, reached for his phone to see what he had meant. He clarified, "Oh, I just meant the list of your recommendations is getting long. Also, I just have a lot of other stuff." I don't remember what else he said because when I took his phone, I saw he also wrote down the names of my friends who I mention a lot and like what their careers are. I didn't keep scrolling. I don't even know if there even was any more to look at, but he then added, "I just feel really bad when I don't remember things and I want to know about you." Other slightly weird things, the note was titled with just my full name, and I'm almost positive there were subheadings. Now, listen, I do not date often, and I'm not a very affectionate person. My immediate instinct was assume he was a serial killer. Come on, man.
Bruh.
Really? Curious to hear some opinions from strangers. Hold on, is it? Yes, you're definitely overreacting. Like, look, man, women all the time say that it's the little things, it's when they notice, like, if you've changed your nails, if you changed your hair, if you're wearing a different perfume, or the things that you like and that you talk about. Think about it. This guy right here is trying to set himself up for success. He wants to be like, okay, on Valentine's Day, what is it that she likes for Valentine's Day? Okay, she likes these flowers. She likes these kind of chocolates. She likes these kind of date ideas or whatever. That way, he's not like, "Oh, I bought you these flowers." And she's like, "Oh, I don't really like these kind, but thank you." I'm actually not like a nougat chocolate person. It's those kind of small things that guys have to get right. And I don't think that's serial killer vibes at all. This man is setting himself up for success. What if you mentioned that you wanted a microwave or something like that, and he was just like, "Okay, she wants a microwave. All right, cool. I got you." And then your birthday comes up and he's just like, "Hey, you remember when you said that you wanted a microwave and you wanted this exact microwave?" Like, bam, look at, surprise, I got you. And it makes you super happy. You're like, "Oh my God, you freaking remembered that? Like, no way." Like, I think you're overreacting, if I'm being honest with you. I think this man is setting himself up for success for you. He's like, "I want her to have the best of the best in this relationship when it comes to holidays, when it comes to anniversaries, when it comes to birthdays, Christmas. Like, I can get exactly what she likes, what she wants, and I'm not sitting here forgetting shit, or I'm not getting her the wrong thing or getting her what I think she likes." Like, I think a lot of women would actually appreciate something like that. Like, holy man, you put all this time into this list for me? Like, wow, and then taking the time to actually like know your friends and potentially your family members and, know what they do. And it's a thing where like, he's like, "I want to be able to meet these people and know their names and, be sharp." Yeah, just be sharp. And like the friends are looking at him like, dang, like he remembered everybody's name. He remembers everybody's profession. And another thing is having the profession written in, he can do a little research and like say she's a dental assistant. All right. Say her friend's a dental assistant. He can Google some shit, watch a couple videos about dental assistant and stuff. And, when he finally meets her, or if, they sit down and talk, say you guys are at a coffee shop or whatever, he's just like, "Oh, I've heard the dental assistants go through this and that and da-da-da." And she's like, "Oh my God, yes." And it just creates conversation that flows super well. And the friend is like, "Girl, he is smart. He knows about this and that. Like, oh my God, you got you a good one, blah, blah, blah." You know what I mean? Like, this man's setting himself up for success. If I'm being honest with you, I think you're overreacting. I think this guy he's actually doing something that honestly, shit, most guys should do. I probably should even do it if I'm being honest with you, because that just shows his dedication to the relationship, his dedication to actually getting to know you, actually caring about you, you know what I mean? About your happiness in the relationship, because think about it like this. He might even have like your period comforts in that list too. You may have mentioned things where it's just like, "Yeah, when I'm on my period, warm tea or hot chocolate or I don't know, you may be kind of weird and you might like a certain ice cream on your period. I don't know. Every girl's different. And so for him, I'm sure he has those period comforts and he's just like, oh, you're on your period? Oh, look, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get you a few things and then come back. And he comes and he's just like, bam, your favorite candy, bam, your favorite this, bam, your comfort this. You know what I mean? And you're just like, oh my God, like these are all my period comfort things, you know? Like, I'm telling you, I think this man is a W. And if you break up with this dude, oh, you was gonna be losing a good one. I don't think you're ever gonna get a guy like this again. If I'm being honest with you, hey, I think more guys should be like this. I probably should be like this if I'm being honest with you. So, ladies, you let me know. I mean, is that a bad thing for him to write all this stuff down, or would you think it's just creepy? You let me know. I am. All right. Let's see. We're going to do 2 more. Am I the asshole for refusing to have sex with my boyfriend? Okay. So I, 19 female, and my boyfriend of a year, 20 male, typically have a good sex life. We usually have sex anywhere between 4 to 7 times a week. I know it seems like a lot, but that's just how we always been. I love this man so much and he loves me too. Apart from the issue I'm about to discuss, he is what you would call the perfect boyfriend. He's affectionate, attentive, buys me little gifts, takes care of me when I'm sick, etc. So I want to make it clear to people that I do not want to break up with him. I just want maybe some advice and to know if I'm in the wrong in this situation. Okay, you're already sounding like you're in the wrong in this situation, because if dude is so great and you don't want to leave him, why aren't you having sex with him? Like, all right, we'll get into it though. Let's see. So about a month ago, we were just having sex as normal. Usually if we're in a position where he can reach, he will touch me whilst also having sex so that I can reach orgasm faster. I'm not someone who can climax from penetration alone. That's a lot of girls. Okay. I told him I was about to finish and he just stopped. He told me he wanted me to beg for it. And I found it cute and hot at first, so I went along with it. But he then said he was tired and he would finish me off later, but he didn't. Ever since then, he keeps doing the same thing. It really frustrates me because I'll be getting to the point where I'm going to finish and then he just stops. At that point, I don't even want to have sex anymore because it just feels like he only cares about his own pleasure. I told him I didn't like it, and if he can't be bothered to finish me off, then don't even bother touching me at all. What's the point in starting something you can't finish? I never tell him midway through sex that I can... midway through sex that I something, and I'll finish him off later. Only to then fall asleep and leave him feeling unsatisfied. He listened, but then he did it again. Next time we had sex, so I told him stop. I then told him I will not be having sex with him until he learns the value of my pleasure as much as his own. It's been 2 weeks and he's now accusing me of not being attracted to him. I'm very much attracted to him, but I feel like what he's doing is just making sex very boring and unsatisfying for me. I also enjoy sex when he isn't touching me there, penetration only. The only reason I say it makes it unsatisfying is because he gets into the rhythm of touching me, and then when he stops, it completely throws me off and makes it difficult for me to enjoy the rest of the time. I guess what I'm asking, am I the asshole for refusing sex for my boyfriend? Damn, man. I get what she's saying, because that, like, frustrating sex is not fun. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're more frustrated than you are fulfilled from it. Because look, girls low-key don't even have to get off in order to enjoy sex with their man. They don't. That's just a big thing. Now, if they can get off, great. You know, it's fantastic. It's a W. But a lot of times they look at it like, nah, I just enjoy, you know what I mean, being intimate with my guy, and then, you know, the satisfaction of me being able to get him off. That's usually how it is for women. But if it becomes something that's frustrating, I think that would take your complete mind out of it and be like, all right, I'm not even like in the mood. And I think that's what's going on, is like indirectly you're like not attracted to him. You may actually be attracted to him because you're just like, no, physically attractive, he's great and all that kind of stuff. But I think the fact that you're like, it's a domino effect. So it's like, that the frustration is going to happen, so you don't want to have sex with him. So then you're not really in the mood. So your sexual attraction for him goes down. It's just one after the other. It's kind of a chain effect type deal. And so it's one of those things where you'll have to kind of, I maybe she talked to him. I don't know. She said that she told him that she didn't like it. And yeah, she told him that she just didn't like it, and that, if you don't want to get me off, then, we're not going to have sex at all. I think that's pretty much what she said. But it's like, I don't know, have you actually had an actual conversation with him, like a serious conversation with him? Because that might help too. You know what I mean? And be like, yo, what the heck? Like, I used to get off and it used to be great. Like, what happened? Is it because I'm not like begging for it or whatever? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because you like stopped doing the whole begging thing. So he's just like, oh, well, since you're not begging for it, then I'm not going to give it to you. You know what I mean? Maybe it could be that. I don't know. I just think that you would have to have a conversation with him and figure out, yo, dude, why is it that you're not doing that anymore? Because I think that would help out a lot. And it might help you kind of figure out why he's doing it. I don't know, because it's kind of leading to the whole begging thing. And maybe you stopped doing that, so then he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna stop getting you off then. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. That one's a weird one. And it's hard to like deal with that, because you say that you're still attracted to him, you still love him, you still care about him, he's great in all these other aspects. You know what I mean? So I don't know, either that or just, have sex with him and just don't get off. You know what I mean? And just kind of enjoy the intimacy and then being with him and the fact that you were able to get him off. Maybe enjoy that. I don't know. That's up to you, girlfriend. You're going to have to figure that out. Because, yeah, that one is a bit of a tough one. I ain't going to lie to you. That is a bit of a tough one. All right, we're going to get into our last one. This is signs of wife cheating. I came across texts on my wife's phone, clumsily navigating her iPhone from her discussing with friends her plans to meet an old male friend who she says she has feelings for, and that they fooled around in university for coffee. All right. I haven't told her since I've seen these texts. She told her friends details about his life even her friends don't know, and they knew him in uni too, including this new business. She has bought products from his business, yoga stuff, that are in our house. She hasn't told me where the yoga stuff came from or that she may meet him for coffee. I'm fine with platonic friends, but the secrecy is concerning. I have told her I know who owns the yoga equipment business. She is currently off on mental health leave, but when she goes back, she's told me when she has to go into the office downtown 40 minutes away by car, she's just going to get a hotel room. She did that a few times last year while stole working. Okay. Oh, I guess still. Okay. He misspelled it. Okay. Last year while still working, and came back extremely happy and horny. Okay. A few days after seeing these texts, I looked at the guy's profile on LinkedIn to confirm that the business is his and that he lives near her office. He does. A few hours after I viewed his profile, he looked at mine. Hours later, my wife had a panic attack and withdrew for days, citing other issues. But the timing of the panic attack was very curious. Am I reading too much into this? Am I reading him too much of this? Ooh. A lot of the signs are leading to,
She belongs to the streets.
if I'm being honest with you, like a lot of the signs are leading to that, which is kind of scary if I'm being honest with you, because it's like she didn't tell you about the text. She didn't tell you about the coffee. She didn't really tell you about him at all. She didn't tell you that, you know, homeboy is, and then it's like, why are you getting a hotel room when you're 40 minutes away from home? You know? What's going on with that? And I don't even think this is an actual hotel room, because I would be like, all right, well, you know, do you have receipts of these hotel rooms? Because I think the hotel room is his house. If I'm being honest with you, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'd start trying to fact check a lot of this shit, bro, because it really makes no sense. She didn't say anything about meeting him for coffee. She didn't say anything about the yoga stuff. He had to kind of look into that. She didn't say anything about like the text messages, none of that stuff. Like, I would be concerned. I'd be starting to fact check a lot of that stuff, because you're 40 minutes away and you're getting a hotel room. Like, I don't know about that. You know, that kind of seems a little sus to me, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, that seems a little sus. I would kind of be like, I don't know, because it don't seem like you is, he's doing that. Yeah, it just makes no sense. You're 40 minutes away, you know, and you're getting a hotel room. Like, I think the hotel room, like I said, is his house. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that one. But that's going to go ahead and conclude today's Patreon episode. And it's also the free Patreon episode for today, because today is March 1st. And yes, this is the free March episode for Patreon, man. Dude, thank you guys so much for all the support. I appreciate you guys so much. If you are watching this episode, definitely get on Patreon. We have some crazy scenarios, crazy episodes. I mean, if this episode hasn't convinced you enough, you know what I mean? I don't know what else to say to you, but I appreciate the support. I do appreciate you guys coming out every Tuesday, Thursday, as well as Sunday for all the shows. If you want to keep supporting, go on the listening platforms, rate the podcast, 5 stars is preferable. TikTok and Instagram, follow us there for our clips. Subscribe to us on the YouTube. It helps out a lot, man. Any of that stuff helps out. I would love for you guys to be on the Patreon, but I get it, man, 100%. That's why I do these free episodes every month for you guys, so that way you guys can get at least a little snippet of what we do here over on that Patreon. So that's going to be it for your boy, though. I love you guys. Appreciate you. My hiccups went away. Thank God. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.